Hi everyone, it's Dr. Sandy Gluckman. I'd like to share something with you that happened to me in the past week because I think there's a very important message, very useful message in this story for parents. We have a lake that's very close to the home that we live in, and I run around this lake about 3 times a week, and I've been doing it for years. And for the longest time, every time my husband runs with me, he keeps telling me, "You're keeping your head down. You shouldn't be looking downwards. You need to keep your head up. It's bad for your posture to keep your head down when you run." And I must say that made a lot of sense. And every time he told me, I tried to keep my head up for a while, but just went back into the old habit of keeping the head down and the eyes down. And then last week, he read me an article by Dr. Andrew Weil. For those of you who don't know Dr. Andrew Weil, he is the guru on all things about health. And this particular article was about the best way to hold your posture when you are walking or jogging. One of the points was that you should keep your head up and look forward. And so next time I ran, what I did was I made sure, consciously aware of keeping my head up all the way. And I must tell you that it really made a big difference to the way I felt. My body felt stronger and my run was much easier. So I've been doing that for several weeks. But last week, something really interesting happened. Something I hadn't noticed before. And that is that when I kept my head up and I looked forward, I was able to see into the distance, which meant I was able to see where I was going. I was able to see the wonderful landscape, the lake around me, the pathways that I was going to be running over. And I noticed that being able to see in front of me, a good distance in front of me, actually made me feel lighter. My run was so much easier. I didn't notice all the steps I was taking. I didn't feel like I had to push myself. I didn't feel tired. I just seemed to float towards whatever there was in front of me. It was the most remarkable feeling. And as I was floating along, I remembered the story of Florence Chadwick. And I'm going to read the story to you and then tell you what this all has to do with you as a parent. I'm reading it because it's so beautifully written in this article. And Florence Chadwick was the first woman to swim the English Channel in both directions. Now, at the age of 34, her goal was to become the first woman to swim from Catalina Island to the California coast. On the 4th of July 1952, she had been swimming for nearly 16 hours. She struggled on hour after hour while millions watched her on national television. And alongside Florence in one of the boats, her mother and her trainer offered encouragement. They told her it wasn't much further, just keep going. But all Florence could see was fog. They urged her not to quit. She had never quit before. With only a half-mile to go, she asked to be pulled out. She told a reporter, "Look, I'm not excusing myself, but if I could have seen land, I might have made it. It was the fog that made me give up." 2 months later, she tried again, and this time, despite the same dense fog, she swam, seeing the picture of land in her mind. This time, she made it. So what has this got to do with you as a parent? I understand that being a parent of a child who has got learning or behavior or mood issues is challenging, and there is a tendency very often for parents to put their heads down, literally or metaphorically, and just push through each day, push through the week, push through the month, push through the years. It becomes very important for parents who have got children grappling with all these issues to be able to lift their heads and to look forward, to be able to see a vision of that wonderful child in the future when they have overcome those problems. Being able to see that vision will give you the courage to go forward. That is where you will get your strength, is by looking up and looking out into the future and seeing this beautiful vision in your mind's eye of your child without the problems. Not seeing a vision means that you are looking down, you are fighting the crocodiles every day, and it's kind of like me looking downwards, and all I was seeing for years is the concrete pathway on which I was running. So I hope that you've enjoyed my story today and that you've heard the message, which is look forward, see a beautiful vision in your mind's eye, and that will give you the strength to make it happen. Well, that's me for now. Until next time.